Right now, the black community is in an uproar behind a situation that took place in Missouri with this young black man on your screen right now. It's a very sad situation, very unfortunate situation. Um, and these situations, I was gonna wait and get the facts, get more facts of the situation, and I'm gonna say why in a minute. And also I always gotta put my disclaimer out there that this is a pro truth channel. This is not a pro emotional channel. This is not a black liberal wokety woke internet revolutionary big mouth no plan and ain't gonna do nothing channel. That's not what this channel about. Oh, the white man, the Jew, that's not what this channel about. This is a pro truth solutions based, solution oriented channel geared toward the black community for obvious reasons. For one, I'm a black man, for starters. But as I unpack this situation, I want you to understand what I'm about to say and why this story at this particular time is very important and is very what words do I want to look at? Very important, and it's something that it need to be not just swept under the rug. And when I say swept under the rug, I'm not talking about something need to happen to the person who did it or we need to protest. None of that. I'm none of that. None of that. Just stay with me, right? And we always gotta get the facts with these situations, because we don't know. We know that the news is gonna paint a certain type of picture for obvious reasons, because they know that most black people, not all, but most black people are very, very emotional. And anytime you acting out emotional, you're gonna be very irrational. You're gonna make a bad move. Anytime you act out of anger or emotional, you're not gonna be rational. You're not gonna make a good decision. You're not gonna make a good move. They had the whole black community protesting in 2020 amid a serious virus going around. But they know that black people don't really use their heads, and this is why the black people right now today are the receptors of the most lies, and they receive it, chew it, and swallow it, and will argue with you if you try to tell them that it's a lie, as the scriptures say in Matthew 7:7. I'm sorry, Matthew 7:6. I'm sorry. Don't cast your pearls to swine, because they'll trample over the pearls and turn around and attack you. And what Jesus was telling you is, listen, a lot of time, and I've learned it from experience, a lot of time when you trying to give somebody some wisdom, tell somebody something that can possibly help them in their situation, their life, if it's something that go against what they want to accept, if it's something that go against how they feel, which is black people are the most emotional people on the earth, not even a close second. Not only will they refuse it, but they'll try to attack you verbally and in some situations maybe physically, right? But going back to what I was saying, when these type of situations take place, it's good to have all the facts so you don't just be out there just bad, out there looking stupid. Like in the situation with Trayvon Martin. In the situation with Trayvon Martin, they painted him on all the news, all the social platforms. Barack, everybody was making it as if they was showing a picture of us of a clean faced little innocent boy, and they painted a picture as if he was just tiptoeing through the tulips one night, and this big angry guy, wasn't white, he was mixed, but this big angry guy just seen him, and because he was black with a hoodie on, just shot him. That's not what happened. When you dig deep into the situation, um, you know, this is a young man who, as a 17-year-old man, I was a 17-year-old man at once. Um, that thought I was a thug. He was a 17-year-old young man who was in the hood, who was or not maybe in the hood, but he was from the hood, grew up in the hood, grew up without his father. He was from home to home, from his stepmom. I mean, from his father's home to his mother's home. He didn't grow up in a great upbringing. Father's a nuclear family. Number one, number two. He was a thug. He was one of those. He had the grill in his mouth. They didn't show you the pictures of when he died. The pictures that they showed on the news was pictures when he was in school, when he was a little kid. But this is a guy who had got caught with a gun at school. This is a guy who had got caught with weed. This is a guy who Twitter handle was No Limit Nigga. This is a guy who had a grill in his mouth while he was eating Skittles and had a little baby mustache growing. And come to find out that the man had told him, "Look, man, I don't, it with him and the dude had an altercation. I'm guessing from him being around the area, and that man didn't want him around the area because the man Zimmerman, who was mixed, probably just sensed trouble, and as Trayvon did, the same thing I would have did. A lot of these, which is I was a thug at 17. A lot of these other young black men who was being raised in these corruptive homes, with these angry black women. Not all. I'm not talking about all black women. I'm saying for the one that are, because most of these women are angry, and the reason why, and we're not gonna blame them because the reason why they're angry is because of a black man. So everything circle back around to the black man, whether it was her father not being in her life, whether it was because her baby daddy for leaving her with them kids. She's angry because of a black man. So we gotta always go to the root of the cause. So the black man is the root. So we not going to, because I always got to be clear when I say that, because I'm not one of these channels who bashing the black woman and all it. The black woman is a direct representation of the black man. So if she angry, however she acting, that's because the black man support her in that, in that supporting her in that, cause her to be that way. It's not just she came out of the womb that way. But that's another video for another day. So we come to find we learned all that about Trayvon Martin, and just like me, Trayvon Martin, when the man told him something, he got into it with the man. Him and the man had a verbal altercation that turned physical to the point where, he was on top of Zimmerman, beating Zimmerman to a pulp, to the point where the back of Zimmerman's head, when the cops arrived to the scene, had cuts on it from the concrete, right? But the news never told us this. So what are you saying? Am I saying that he deserves to die? No. But in Florida, where that happened, that they have something called stand your ground laws, and if somebody is posing a threat or your life in danger, you can legally kill them. That's why he beat the charge. But I'm using that to show you that we gotta have a fact before we react. We can't just react off emotion. And just go crazy, because this is how bad stuff happens. And like I say, the main reason why I'm making this video, I'm not even I haven't even touched bases on why I'm making this video. It's because it's bigger than this young brother. Thank God he lived. But I want to say this too. This was in Missouri. This took place in Missouri. Missouri have those same stand your ground laws, and they also had something called a castle law, castle doctrine. And what that says is you can protect your house by any means necessary. If you feel like somebody, just like stand your ground laws, except it's with your house. So you got stand your ground laws in Missouri, and you got castle laws, which say that you somebody on your property and you feel threatened, you can legally protect your home by any means necessary. So they have both of these laws in Missouri, right? So, of course, they showing all these pictures, as you see on your screen right now, of this young man who clean faced, and he was in a band, and he was a good kid, and that may be the situation. But with the fact that we do know is he's being raised by a single mother, who apparently is a nurse. He's being raised by a single mother. 16-year-old boy being raised by a single mother, black. I mean, you can play however you want to play. You can get on here with you. Like I say, this is a pro-truth channel. We know how not all, but we know how the majority 16-year-old young black man that's being raised by a single mother conducts himself and acts. Let's not play stupid, right? So This is the picture that they showing. He's 16 years old. They showed him in the hospital, and I blurred it out because I don't want to get this video took down. I don't know how that's gonna work, but so he may be a good kid. I don't know. That's not what this video about. He may be a good kid. Thank God he lived, right? But for one, everybody is upset about why the man was released. I just told you why he was released. A lot of people don't know that because they don't do research. They don't take time to do their research. They have the castle law, the castle doctrine, and stand your ground laws in Missouri. So let's start to get into the meat of this video. He's a white man, and people saying that by the young man Ralph Yard being black, that played a part in him shooting. Do I agree with that? 100%. Do I know if it's a truth? I don't. Nobody knows that if it was a little white boy, he might have would have shot. No one knows. But the main issue is he was a white man shot a black boy. Do I feel like race was a reason why he fired that gun? 100%. I agree. 1,000%. Now let's go into the next piece of this video, right? Now we see, and black people, man, and it's so funny, bro. It's funny, but it's not funny, right? Black people seem to. I don't know if they. Because I know they not stupid people. I know they not. They might act like it a lot. Granted, but we very, very smart people. I'm not saying we smarter than nobody else. I'm not saying we dumber than nobody else. But as black people, we are very intelligent people. Very intelligent people. But we so emotional, and the emotion, that's why now I will say this. That's why we the best actors. We the best athletes because we emotional. We put emotion in everything. Rap music is the number one genre of music in the I don't know if it's the world, so I'm not gonna say that, but rap music is the number one genre of music in the United States. You never would have thought that, say, 20 or 30 years ago. But anything that we do, we put emotion behind it. That's what makes it so good. That's what make people like it and want to just, be a part of it so much. Even our culture, is but that's another story. I'm not going to get off into that. And so we smart people, but we so emotional sometimes that we seem to play dumb, right? We seem to play dumb. We seem to play stupid. Like we don't understand what's going on. We don't understand why people act a certain way when we walk in the room. You'll hear these women say, "Well, when I went to so and so place with my kid, they started leaving." And then they play like they don't understand that. They play like, why is these white people leaving? Why are these? Because y'all, I'm going to say we. I really don't want to put myself in there because not all black people is like that. And I'm one of the black people that's not like that. I was at once. We are agents of chaos. Wherever we go, I'm talking about, listen, bro, we could be rich. We don't even got to be broke. Rich or broke. Rich or broke. Wherever a bunch of us at, it's going to be some food in it. Just look at the word. Just look at it. Even in sports. Whether it be sports or rappers, it's always the rappers is always getting killed or this is man, these rappers making more money, bro, than they ever made ever. And every time you cut on your YouTube or news or whatever you get your hip hop news from, one of them either done killed somebody or then got killed. And if they ain't killed somebody or got killed, they beefing with another rapper. And I understand all that sells, but it's just chaotic. Ever since I thought changing my life, and not just so much because I'm a man of God, But even, so I of course I'm not gonna be in a strip club or a regular club or a club or nothing no more. But just going out to certain venues, if it's a whole bunch of black people, and I pull up, and people might say, and this coming from a black man who been to prison, been in the hood, been in the streets. In matter of fact, stay in the hood right now. That's who this coming from, right? If I pull up to an event, whether it be like a day party or maybe a crawfish ball, fish fry, something like that, there, like a Easter Sunday situation, or something that's it's not the club or nothing, but it's something that's gonna be maybe outdoors or whatever, a baby shower, gender reveal. If I pull up and I see all these different color hairs on these women, black men, dreadlocks, gold teeth, pants sagging, weed smell, alcohol, I'm turning around. Because as 50 Cent said, I never forget 50 said in one of his songs, in my hood, niggas got love for me, but I don't go nowhere without my strap. In my hood, a little dro and a little Hennessy, and niggas just don't know how to act. One thing about and when you see these type of people, these stereotype of people, Negroes, that I'm saying, these female with all these different color type of hair, dressed all kind of over sexily, these meat Negroes out there with dreadlock goals and blunts and all. Listen, I know what's coming. Am I always right? No. But am I right most of the time? Yes. I know what's next. I know what's next. So I don't even go in those type of, because I was a part of this for so long. So I know, right? And like I say, this coming from a black man. Every time you cut the TV on, anything dealing with black people is chaos. The football player, they fight. The basketball player, they fight. And I know somebody gonna come in the comments and say, well, what about the white hockey players? And that's another thing too I want to speak about. Always comparing yourself to white people, number one. Because you don't compare yourself to nobody that you don't feel superior to you. But I'm not getting off into that. That's another video for another day. But that's a part of white hockey. I mean, that's a part of hockey. Those dudes don't really be serious. That's a part of hockey. It's like it's almost that's what they supposed to do. And I'm not saying like it happened every game, because I don't know. I don't watch hockey, but that's always been legal, and that's not something I don't really know. But I'm saying, these football players, these basketball players, they be so angry, so chaotic. They in strip club with gun, and it's just the stuff that they do. The world is black people must seem to think that nobody is watching all this. Stay with me now. Black people seem to think that nobody is watching. Man, the world watching, man. The world watching, man. That's why when y'all come talking to the blacks, everybody else leave. And there's a point now where even the civilized blacks, such as myself, that's non-violent and anti-nigga nonsense, we moving around too. They got a video right now going viral in Chicago. And I don't really know the whole meat of it. I don't know why it was going on, but it just don't make sense. Of how these children was just not what I say they children, but they was teenagers, young, early 20s, just tearing up the streets of Chicago, stepping on people's cars. And we don't even want to talk about the murder rate in Chicago, but that's in every black neighborhood. I'm from Louisiana, right? And the world is watching our talk shows, our reality show, whatever dealing with black, either on the workplace. Black people are overly emotional, ghetto, out of control, and don't know how to act. The world is watching. So now you probably saying, what does that have to do? And I'm gonna ask, matter of fact, I'm gonna make this message to the black. This gonna be another volume of that because this is a good message that the black community needs to hear. And so everybody's saying, what is this has to do with Raphael Yar, whatever his name is? I'm not really sure the brother's name. Forgive me if I got it wrong. First and foremost, thank God that he lived. Got shot, I believe, in the head, in the arm, or somewhere like that, but he lived. God was with him. Thank God. But what does all what I'm saying have to do with him? You know, there's a lot going on in the world today, man. There's a lot going on in the world today. So let's put our emotions to the side for just one little second. Just one little small little itty bitty second. Let's put our emotions to the side and say, what if I was an 80-year-old white man and I seen a black boy at my door? I'm watching the news every day where they teaching black children to hate white people with CRT in the schools. Everywhere I go, white people, even though the good white people that they do have, they get treated racist too for stuff that they have nothing to part of. People is watching all this stuff on every damn news channel, everything racist and the everything that going on that's aimed toward white people that's coming from black people, whether you want to call it reverse racism, whether you want to say that they deserve it, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, people watching. So now here it is. I'm watching all this. I'm an 80-year-old white man. I get a knock at the door from a black kid that I do not know. Never seen him before in my life. He's knocking at my door. Not to mention, don't know if this 80-year-old is in his right mind or not, but let's just say he in his right mind. Let's just say for the sake of argument that he in his right mind. So he hears somebody knocking at the door. You know they got all these little ring systems and all that stuff there. So I'm sure he seen it was a black kid. And I got to get more facts because I'm hearing that he opened the door and shot him. Then I'm hearing he shot him through the door. But clearly, like I said, I feel like he did shoot because I do feel like race was a factor. And I do feel like race was a factor because when he seen it was a black kid, 16-year-old black, that means he got a little height on him, even though you can see he got a baby face. But if he's 16, a black man, he had a little height on him. So, this white man looking at that, right? So the white man looking at his ring camera or looking at him face to face, however you looking at him, and he don't know what to think. He don't know if this is a guy come and sell something to him. He don't know if this is a guy that's coming ask him to borrow a cup of sugar if they in the same neighborhood. He don't know if this is a black guy about to kick his door. Because, see, the news, though, that's another thing I want to say this, too. The news, unless you watching Fox News, the news don't show all of the black on white crime, which is at an all-time high right now. So, apparently, this is an 80-year-old man, stay by himself. And people can come in my comments and say whatever they want. Because you can always have these black, liberal, wokety woke, internet revolutionaries, and they gonna come in your comments telling you a coon and how you taking up for the white man. And they do, and like I say, I call them internet revolutionary because all they gonna do is they got strong fingers. They finger muscles probably look like bodybuilder because they ain't gonna do nothing but type on the social media app about what they gonna do about the white man this, and they ain't gonna do nothing. Matter of fact, they gonna report to him in the morning, cause that's 9 times out of 10 who they boss is, because black people hate working for other black people. So they gonna come in the comments and say, oh well, you just know I'm rectifying the truth. I call balls and strikes, right? And so here it is. You're an 80-year-old man at home by yourself, and you see this black man at your door knocking. You don't know who he is. You don't know who he is and what he coming to do. But what you do know is black people, majority, not all, or if you don't even want to say majority, the black people that's portrayed on TV is chaotic. Everywhere you go, they chaotic. Every channel you turn it on, they chaotic. They rap music is chaotic. Never know what other personal experience that this man has had with the black community. 80 years old, I'm sure he's had some. So you just don't know where he at with it. And all of a sudden now, some black kid is at his house. And he 80 years old, so he know the laws. He know that there's a castle law. He know there's a stand your ground law. He know that he can shoot this young black man and get away with it. But can we blame him? Can we blame him for doing that? Was he wrong? Yes, I will say he wrong. And I'm gonna say he wrong because then I really can't even say he wrong. Because I don't really know everything about the situation. I mean, right now they saying he just was knocking for his sibling, but it's more gonna come out. I can promise you that. And even if that is the case, if he was just knocking, innocent knocking, and a man shot through the door, then I say he was wrong for shooting. But everything I said leading up to this, and I'm not even finished to why I made this video. But everything I said leading up to this, why as an 80-year-old white man wouldn't he be in fear of his life when he see a black man at the door? He can't win for losing. He gonna get whatever he do. If he don't answer the door, he gonna get called racist. If he go to the door and tell him, look, whatever he say, he gonna get called racist. It's to a point now where white people can't win for losing at this point. They really can't. With some black people, because some black people, especially the older one, but the older one got offsprings, and you know this woke culture that the white man is so evil, right? The white man is, and you know what? I tell black people all the time. I want to say this real fast before I go into what I'm about to say. You know, black people love to talk about the white man, blame the white man, the white man, the white man, and then people like me, they'll call me a coon, right? They won't call the niggas who sell dope to their own people a coon. They won't call these black women who lead in an abortion a coon. They won't call niggas who kill each other and rap about it a coon. But they'll call somebody like me who call balls and strikes, who pro-truth and rectify the truth. They'll call me a coon. But that's not here or there. It's the white man or the powers that be or whatever you want to call it. Because see, man, I'm like this here. This is the type of person I am. I got a rulership mindset. So I don't do the whole the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man thing. The white man is the white man. I am the black man. I do what I gotta do. He do what he have to do, and I'm on my way. I'm not moving every day of my life worrying about the white man. Whatever I got going on in my life, I'ma make it happen. And ain't nobody gonna stop it but God. Ain't no blue man, white man, or green man can stop nothing I got going on. That's how I move. I move with purpose. So I don't be all hung up and worrying about what the white man got going on. If I go ask somebody something in the gas station and they give me a different answer than they gave the white man, I don't get caught up with petty, simple stuff like that. That's what's wrong with Negroes now. They so simple-minded and they get caught up with all that. Oh, they let the white boy use the bathroom at Starbucks, but they made me buy something. Oh, well, I'll go to another place. Like, I don't got time for all that. These Negroes, these black wokey-wokes, black liberals, these internet revolutionaries, they get a white man more power than he actually have. They put him on a pedestal. And I got a video I'm about to make about that, so I ain't going to go too far deep into that. And you know what? Like I say, I got a ruling class mindset. And you got a lot of blacks, they beg the white, and it's just so retarded. Because they beg the white man for this. They beg the white man for that. The white man at a point where he can't win for losing. They had the guy who write Bill, but I forgot his name. Stephen Adams. He came out a couple of weeks ago and said, you know what, I give up. I'm done with blacks. I can't win for losing. Everything I do, I'm still get called racist. So I'm just not helping them. I'm going to step back. I'm going to stay away from them. Let them do their thing. Let us do our thing. And black people was mad because he said that. Listen, if that's how he feel, let him do his thing. He don't owe nobody nothing. Because these liberal Negroes, these wokey-woke internet revolutionary Negroes with loud mouths and no plan, all they want is a hug. That's all they really want. And I'm about to show you why that's all they really want. because they how can you sit down and talk about somebody, quote unquote, the white man or the Jew or whatever, but yet you still asking them for equality? Whatever the white man and the Jew been doing hundreds of years or however long that put them in power and still got them in power, why would they stop and say, "Oh, we're gonna give you equal power"? That's almost the equivalent of saying asking your parent to give you equal equality in the house, equal authority in the house. What they have been doing has worked for them to keep them in power, to put them in power, and to have their bloodline in power. So why would they change that for you, black man or black woman? Why? They'll give you these little symbolic victories, but they not. But real change is gonna have to be taken. And see, that's the issue with black. They still act, well, not all black, not ruling class black, but the liberal blacks. They still asking. You gotta take. Everybody else come to this country and take. They don't ask. This country was founded on take. And as we know, the scripture says, a time to kill. It's a time to kill. I'm not saying draw bloodshed, but anytime a transfer of power take place, it's going to have to be bloodshed. Stay with me. That's why I'm making this video. Anytime a transfer of power, it has to be bloodshed. But starting today, not only bloodshed, the transfer of power and the transfer of wealth come from spending power. Black people got the most spending power probably in America. We could stop spending our money right. Listen, black people, if they really wanted to, they don't need no reparate, they don't need nothing. They could change the whole paradigm of America overnight and take control without bloodshed. But they not gonna do that. And all these other races know they not gonna do that. Man, races come to America with the black man and black woman as a target, as their target customer. Because these other races know one thing about the black man and the black woman. The black man and the black woman loves to look good. They will spend everything they got. They will go broke. Not to have life insurance, not for generational wealth, but the black man and the black woman will go broke to look good. Fingernails, weave, cosmetics. This is a $1 trillion industry. Designer, jewelry, foreign cars. We will spend everything we have to cop these items that's not made by our people. And guess what we gonna do when we get them? Not all of us, but most of us. Guess what we do when we get them? Flex on our own people. So these people know that. These people know we can go march. These people know that we can do this, do that, do that. But they know one thing. They come and spend their money with me. Man, these rappers spend so much money with these jewelers, designer companies, foreign cars, and even the ones of us that's not rich and famous spend money. And I've been guilty. Foreign cars, jewelry, designer clothes, and our women with these cosmetics. Man, listen, if we don't have nothing, we gonna make sure we look good, dress good, and smell good. And all that money going into somebody else's pocket. We could cut that off today. But we not. We not. We not. We just want that hug. Or not we. These liberal blacks just want that hug. But moving forward. And here go the main diss of why I made this video. And this is why I'm putting this in the entry message to the black community. These things that took place with Raphael Yarl and leading up to the situation, everything that I said in this video, why stuff like this happened to him, why stuff like this is going to continue to happen, and white people starting to get to a point where, i.e. Stephen Adams, they just feel like it's nothing else we can do. Now, you're going to always have a white liberal, which is not your friend. Malcolm X told us that 60 years ago. But you're going to always have a white liberal who ponders to the black man, black woman, gives them a hug that they really so desperately want, affirms them, right? Who, and the reason why the white liberal does that is because they understand. They not stupid. They understand. They understand that everything that's taking place is gonna come to a head. So what they hopefully trying to do is trying to cast them a lie as to say, well, I wasn't with them. Because let me show you what's about to happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna happen next month. I don't know if it's gonna happen next year. But here's what's about to happen. This is what's about to happen. White people, like I said, I don't waste my time and put no energy in what the white man doing, owe me, or none of that. I don't do all that. This is America, the greatest country in the world, and I can do anything in this country that a white man can do. And if I can't do it, if he could do it better than me, that's because I'm in the wrong field. So I don't give the white man no power over me. He's equal. The Bible say all men was created equal. I'm equal to the white man. He's not above me. You should hear some of these black wokety woke, these black internet revolutionary, these black liberal. It's always the white man. It's almost like a younger sibling. And you know how when you're a younger sibling, you know, your older sibling, you know, get a little leeway more than you because they older than you, and you gonna tell your mama, but so and so did. Like, that's what black liberal, black wokety woke, and black internet revolutionaries be sounding like, a younger sibling. Like, it's just so corny at this point. The white man. They blaming the white man for everything. Everything is racist. And then when situations come down like this, when somebody is either very injured or killed, that's when stuff come to the head. And so a lot of things like this is going to start happening. It's going to happen more and more. And what's going to eventually happen, it's going to happen. I don't know when. I don't want it to happen. I don't want to be right. But civil war is upon us. It's going to come down to a race war in America, bro. This is why these other countries don't respect us no more. Yeah, we got a bad leader. Of course, we got a bad leader. And by us having a bad leader, of course, other countries don't respect us. But the main reason why these other countries don't respect us is because they over there doing real stuff. They over there about business. They over there taking care of business. They over there really doing stuff while we over here in America fighting over race, fighting over some gender equality foolishness. We over here worrying about foolishness. And these other countries is looking at us laughing. They rolling on their back laughing. They can't even tell a boy from a girl in America. The blacks hate the whites and the whites running high. They don't know. They all confused in America. That's how. Why would we be worrying about them? Man, America is not respected no more across the world. And that's one of the main reasons why. But this is gonna come to a head. Because they trying to teach CRT in schools. They teaching white children that they're evil. They teaching black children that they're victims. And it's being pushed so much that the race, I have never in my life seen race get pushed like it's getting pushed. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about if I go to the store, if you go to the store and they don't got no gas, it's because they were racist. Like, they taking that racist thing to another level and it's making white people upset. And white people is quiet about it. They not gonna go get on. They got a show I listen to a lot of time on YouTube. It's called the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. And you should hear the white people that call and they anonymous, so you can't use that. And you know, even in my town, you know, you go on the local news channel on Facebook, and these white people getting fed up. They getting fed up because it's like they can't win for losing. And I mean, like I say, it gotta happen anyway. Because anytime there's a transfer of power, it's gonna have to be blood. It's just going. But what I'm saying is this here: This is a preparation video because it's gonna happen. Nothing can stop it at this point but God. Because things like this happen where a young black man is shot or killed by a white man, whether he a cop or not, and it just turns stuff really, really bad. I'm sure it's civil unrest in that city. Of course, they gonna tear their own neighborhood up because they not gonna go in the white folk neighborhood. Because I'm gonna show you something about white people. And I got a white friend. Let me show you something. You see these dudes get on social media and post they little drums and they little gun here and there. But the average white person, and when I say the average, that means 2 out of 3, got a gun collection and an ammunition out of control. They got more guns and bullets than the law allowed. The average white person, 2 out of 3, because they understand eventually what's gonna take place in America. We can't outgun them. We don't even have enough unity because unlike them, even if they don't like each other, they understand the common goal and they can come together for a common goal. Blacks can't even do that. So I just wanted to put this video out there. With every time you Negroes call yourself doing reverse racism, blaming the white man for stuff and using the race. Is race an issue in America? Yes. But once again, I always say this. The race is like a leaky faucet. That has nothing to do with black people going through right now. Racism, police brutality, and all that stuff, that is the leaky faucet. You know what the fire in the bedroom is? Abortion. Fatherless home. Black on black crime. Selling poison to our own people. We our own problem at this point. Ain't nobody else. But situations like this is going to eventually come to a head. So when you getting on these social media apps and you being ghetto, everything you're doing, black man and black woman, if it's not productive, if it's evil, whether it be to your own race, whether it be to the white man, people are watching. And situations like this is being handled. Talking about the Raphael North situation. Because people watching. They watching what's going on in the world. And they know that as a white man, especially a straight white man, conservative white man, how hated he is. And guess what? It's the law of the land. It's self-preservation. That's the law of the land. And so in closing, I'm going to just say this, man. It gotta happen. I really don't want it to happen. But situations like this, it's not going to stop happening. Because it's just so fishy that this kid come knock. I'm not saying it can't happen. You can't knock at somebody's door wrong. But this kid just knocks at some random guy's door looking for his 2 younger siblings. And the guy shoots through the door, hits him in the head. And like I don't know. Then you got people like Benjamin Crump, they on the scene, all the black radical, fake black leaders, and all you gonna have people once again like LeBron, everybody speaking on this without the facts. Don't know what's going on. And I guarantee you a whole bunch of more groundbreaking stuff gonna come out. But, like I say, man, we can't really stop it at the end of the day, so just prepare yourself, man, because a race war is here. It's here. It's already done happened. It's here. It just ain't came to a head yet. Cause when it come to a head, I guarantee you, a whole bunch of black people gonna say, you know what, we should have just left well enough alone. And like I say, it gotta happen anyway for the transfer of power and for the ruling class blacks to take their righteous spot and stop standing with their hand out. Because that's not how black with a ruling class mindset is. So I'm not gonna even say that like that, but I'm saying it gotta happen. I don't want it to happen, but it gotta happen. And it's about to soon happen. Because these type of things are not going to stop. These type of things are not going to stop. These type of things. I remember I went to a funeral a couple of years ago, right around the time of George Floyd, and at the funeral it had a police officers. The police officers at the funeral were separated. They had the whites with the white and the black with the black. And this was at a friend of mine's funeral, and he was a mechanic for the police officer. So a lot of them was there. They all liked him because he was black, but they were segregated. The whites was with the white cop, the black was like listen, it's an energy out there, bro. And people can act like they don't see it all they want. It's an energy out there right now with black and white people. And it must come to a head. And it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be nothing nice. That's why I tell these dudes, man, and you go in the comment sections for these things, and it's nothing but black women. And black women, bro, let me show you something, bro. This ain't no diss to them. I love them. The only thing I ever be with in my life. But they gonna be hiding behind a tree when they go down. They not gonna be on the front line, black man. You will. You gonna be on the front line. Protecting your family, protecting your mama, protecting your kid. They gonna be hide behind a rock. So these black women that's grabbing these microphones, standing on their soapbox, hollering about racism, they need to shut up. Go find something else to do. Go be a mother. Go be a good wife. Let the man handle these situations. Because like I said, when it come down to the come down, which is going to come down soon, sooner than people believe, the children and the women you see all that stuff, how women is today, especially in the black community, women don't need a man. And, listen, they going to want to find a man. And if they got one, if you're a black woman and you listen to this, hold on to your man. Because you're going to need a man. You're going to need somebody to protect you. You're going to need somebody to protect you and your children. Ain't going to be no independence. Ain't going to be no INDP intendant. And I know some people might listen and say, oh, he just talking with it. Okay. Thank y'all for listening. God bless.